Geek Out! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the one podcast that dares to do a show pay-per-viewly. It is the Geek Out Championship Wrestling Podcast, a podcast about wrestling. I am your host with the most, Chris Nolan, and sitting next to me is my co-host with the co-most, Mr. Timmy C.
Hello there.
And joining us live via satellite from The World, that WWE restaurant in Times Square, we have Mr. Stephen Harvey.
By the powers of darkness, I have harnessed the energy of the volcano Hulk Hogan.
Whoa, Hulk Hogan.
Jeez.
Oof, he's been deleted.
Just figured I'd cut a little Ultimate Warrior promo.
Fair enough. I appreciate that. So, hello, everyone.
The Royal Rumble is here.
The greatest pay-per-view of the year.
Second favorite. Greatest.
That's fine. Steve, how do you stack up with it?
That's my second favorite behind, obviously, WrestleMania.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I have a teammate here.
I mean, that's fine. If I wanted to fall asleep listening to old wrestlers come in and do their catchphrase for a hot second, I would watch the WrestleMania too.
Man, who wants to...
I marked out that one Rumble when Diesel came back.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Speaking of which, very conspicuously missing from Raw 25. Although I did later hear that it was because he couldn't. Diesel, if no one caught on to that, was not at Raw 25. Apparently, it was because he could not travel due to recent surgery on his knees. So,
right.
So I remember watching him and being like, "Where the Kevin? Razor Ramon's here. Where's Kevin Nash? Where's Big Daddy Cool?"
Yeah.
I was waiting for the semi-engine. I mean, they brought out Razor Ramon, so I was waiting for the.
I was like, oh, did they bring him out during that odd commercial break right after Razor Ramon came out?
What was up with that commercial? The whole Manhattan Center was like the Fire Festival of pro wrestling.
Yeah. Whatever. I don't know. It was weird. The Manhattan Center in general was kind of an awkward thing. I hear
very awkward, especially when the Undertaker started talking to
that confused me so much.
Was that a retirement speech or one more match speech?
Someone I saw on Twitter wrote that it sounded like he was queuing up the In Memoriam video package that you would get, but we never got it.
May they all rest
in peace. I dug 29 holes for 29 souls.
And I was one of them.
Line.
Peace.
But
yeah, so I mean, whatever. I as a relatively new fan, I wasn't as bothered by the how sparingly, I guess, they used the superstars of WWE past during Raw 25, but I did hear a lot of people complain. They were like, all these guys on the list, and all they did was just stand there. Steve Austin didn't even talk.
He didn't need to.
Yeah, showing the true power of his character. A lot of people were like, I didn't realize until he was walking off that he didn't say anything. And I'm like, well, there you go, right there. Like, if Vince McMahon walked down and didn't say anything, you'd notice right away, because that's all he is. He's just a mouth. Nothing wrong with that. That's his character. That's what he's good at. But like Steve Austin, he's a man of action, a man of arms, if I may.
One of my favorite wrestling moments ever is when Steve just walked in the ring, stunned William Regal, who was reading Shakespeare, and walked out. The whole thing took like a minute.
Yeah.
He didn't say anything. It's one of my favorite wrestling moments.
Yeah,
it's perfect.
But yeah, so but oddly enough, the Raw 25 was also the go-home show.
It was,
if I may use insider terms. Essentially, I mean, they still had SmackDown the next day, but Raw is, for lack of a better term, the flagship show. So if it's a combined pay-per-view, Raw's go-home show is the go-home show for the pay-per-view. So let's start talking about the Royal Rumble and the weekend of the pay-per-view, because
we have a takeover.
We do have a takeover that I'm half excited about.
Yeah, I am too. I think, we all kind of laughed about how they kind of threw in that match between the Velveteen Dream and Cash just, oh no.
Oh no!
And it's one of those It's
that
one
a
of those.
Mr. Bill? Oh no.
That was Mr. Bill.
Yeah.
Kind of sounded like Family Guy. Oh no.
Oh no.
But I guess the funny part about it was like, Cassius pushed Velveteen into a door in a backstage segment.
Is
So
that
they're
what it was?
gonna fight.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Oh, because I was watching NXT. I've been watching NXT.
Well, if you go to their YouTube channel or WWE.com, that's what it was.
That's fine. I caught via Twitter Velveteen's promo that leads into the fight where he's like working out and he's like Cassius Ohno. I don't know why I'm using this voice. It's not his voice, but he's like Cassius Ohno. This is my imitating people voice to date.
That's Jack, sounds like is Jack Swagger cutting this promo?
Sure. Yeah. Cassius Ohno, you might get the pin on me, but the 315 pounds of you is just going to be like this 315 pound bench that I'm about to do. And then he like got on the bench press and like did, like I saw it. I'm no good at math, but I'll assume that he's being honest with 315, because the plates were right there, easily, seen. And like motherfucker can lift, because like when I do bench presses, I have like 145 plate on either side. He had 3 on either side, and I was like, oh, okay, you right, do you, girl. I mean, let's be honest. I think it's a pretty easy bet that Velveteen Dream, he is on a hot streak.
Yeah,
probably going to be the favorite to win this match.
But I'm almost wondering there might be a setup here where we might get some interference maybe after the match to maybe set something up going forward for the Velveteen Dream. Maybe a Roderick Strong or somebody kind of make it a little interesting.
Or someone good.
No, Roderick Strong is good.
Is he?
Yes.
Is he?
Yes.
He grew up in a trailer.
Yes.
That's his only character arc.
You're the worst.
I
can't
he stole
stand
that from Heath Slater.
Yeah. Heath Slater does that gimmick way better.
He
has kids.
Yeah, he does.
He's even got a trailer on his Titantron.
But yeah, I also do not like Cassius Ohno, at all.
He's not your hero?
No, he is not my hero, nor is he my Chris. I've seen him live, and I did not care for him then, and that was my introduction to him.
Right.
Which probably helped sour his name to me, because I was like, man, fuck this guy. But yeah, he's kind of been. I feel like he's been floundering in the NXT recently. So the only thing that I could think that would cause Velveteen to not win this match is if they were like, well, we're going to light the fire under Cassius Ohno, and that's how we're going to do it. We're going to put him against the Velveteen Dream, who is the like number one, fan loved superstar right now, or at least
number 2.
Yeah, or at least he's up there. He's up there.
Adam Cole, baby.
I told you my story about being at TakeOver Brooklyn, right?
Yes.
And like they had just announced that Adam Cole had been acquired, so everyone was just yelling Adam Cole the entire pay-per-view, and I was like,
I'm that guy.
Yeah, I was like, God damn it. I fucking hate the internet.
And I'm right next to you.
Yes. Yeah, you are
the
that
internet
guy.
ruins everything.
Yeah. But like, so I could see them being like, it's time to push Cassius Ohno. Let's put him up against Velveteen Dream and be like, look at how tough Cassius Ohno is. He beat the Velveteen Dream. All you little smarks and marks out there, take your vitamins and go fuck yourselves.
That you're Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
I guess it was my Vince McMahon impersonating Hulk Hogan.
Well, I think we spent enough time in this match.
Yeah,
Smark and Mark, the Velveteen Dream.
both for me as well.
Yeah, same for here. Same.
Good. I'm glad that that we're all divided.
I know, right? I think another match that I don't think we have to spend too much time on, because I really don't feel like there's too much build up until the end, is the women's match.
Yeah.
I mean, they built it up, towards the end, but I'm really not feeling it.
Well, it kind of was like a, hey, Ember Moon, I'm coming after you, and Ember Moon's like, fine, I'll put my title up on the line.
Yeah. Okay.
And that was like 2 weeks ago. Like they had on the most recent, or I guess, was it the most recent episode of NXT? They had a cool sit down interview that had a lot of terrible camera work, but that's because I noticed that because that's what I went to school for. I don't know if you guys noticed it too.
Judgy McJudgerson.
Yeah, exactly. But the interview itself, I think, really helped like kind of solidify the different attitudes of the wrestlers.
Yeah.
That's fair. But for this, I don't know, Steve. What you think?
The problem with Ember Moon is I got no problem with the NXT Women's titles. Just since no one actually beat Asuka,
Yeah,
it's like it's hard for me to get behind anyone because I mean, yeah, obviously she relented to the injury, but she never actually lost the title. So if someone actually is like, I was the one who beat Asuka, now I'm the champion. You know, it's I don't know. It's just hard for me to get behind the NXT Women's title. I'm going for Ember Moon.
I feel like we could build the women's title back up. That'd be nice. And a character like Shayna Baszler, who is also like a beast, would be good to throw in the mix somewhere in there. Although this does feel like it's very like Ember Moon's only had the title for like what, 2 weeks?
Yeah, she's not
like maybe a month. But yeah. Well, do we want to share our predictions?
Sure.
So my SMARC prediction is that Ember Moon retains. But I don't know what it was. About halfway through the Mae Young Classic, I really started to click with Shayna Baszler. So my mark prediction is that I would like to see her with the title. I think she's a beast. And as someone that doesn't know insider stuff, I'm like, well, there's Shayna Baszler's going to tear her to shreds. She kills people. So yeah, SMARC, Moon, Mark, Baszler.
I think both of these women, we're still missing a wow factor.
Yeah.
I think we need to have a women's wrestler to give us kind of that wow factor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going SMARC and Mark with Ember Moon.
Okay.
I don't think it's time for her to drop the belt yet.
Mm-hmm.
And really, none of them get me excited, so I'm just going to lean on the champion.
That's fair.
Yeah, same thing. I got to go with Ember Moon because I think with Asuka gone, they want to try to rebuild the title back up again. And I don't think they want to hot hand it, so I think Ember's going to win.
All right.
That's my SMARC and Mark.
Okay.
What about the tag team match? We've got the Undisputed Era, and we've got the Authors of Pain. Do we think this might be the end of the Authors of Pain? Because they've been around a little while, but I think with War Machine getting signed, I think with I think Authors of Pain has kind of run its course, in my opinion. But I think this will be a pretty fun match. It surprised me.
I think it's going to steal the show, but I think the Scribes of Punishment are going to lose and be on Raw the next night.
I can see that because Raw does need tag teams for sure.
It desperately needs tag teams. SmackDown's like overflowing with them, and Raw you've got what? Cesaro, Pseudo Shield, and Titus Worldwide, and that's it.
Yeah, but and don't forget about Rhino. And,
yeah,
which brand are they on again?
Yeah, exactly.
They were just on Raw on the 25th. How could you forget about them?
I was kind of surprised.
They were on the entire show too. They were playing poker.
I was surprised to see how small Fish and O'Reilly are, like from a height perspective,
right?
And I think that'll be kind of fun watching them against Authors of Pain. But I honestly, I think from a SMARC and Mark perspective, this is kind of straightforward again for me. I think you keep the Undisputed Era on this rise, and you don't kill the momentum. And Authors of Pain, I agree with Mr. Harvey over there that they're going to be on Raw real quick.
Do we think that there's any chance that Sanity might come in and fuck up some shenanigans with this?
They're not on the card currently, so they might.
Yeah.
That could happen. Yeah,
I do agree with you gents that Authors of Pain, just they did it for me up until they lost their titles, and then I was like, oh, okay, cool, and then they just haven't been able to like kind of reset their footing.
When they added your boy Roderick Strong, and then
that was like the worst thing they could have ever done
for War Games.
That's where I was like, oh, okay, they're shit now because they don't know how to pick a teammate. They should have gone with someone good, like I don't know, Cassius Ohno? Someone else I can't stand?
My match of the night, I think, is going to be this Extreme Rules match between Aleister Black and... I won't say it.
And a damn...
You say it.
A damn Coulee.
No.
Adam Cole, baby! Oh, that gent.
Yes, that guy.
Oh, that guy.
That guy.
Okay.
I've
heard of him.
I agree that this has very much potential to be match of the night.
I really don't know who's going to win, and I think that's the intriguing part to me is either one of these guys could easily win.
Going into it, like the only thing that I know is that like Aleister Black's beaten Adam Cole before.
Yes, but
that does not guarantee that he's going to beat him again, especially in the WWE. They love this term that got thrown around a lot back, like a year ago, was 50-50 booking.
Yes.
Where the guy will win one night and then the next time they meet up, which usually is like within a week, the rematch, the other guy wins.
Like a best of three?
Yeah, the rubber match.
Well, no, like not even that, but like hot shotting the belt. Charlotte would always the first year that she was in, she would always win the women's championship at a pay-per-view, and then the following Raw, like Sasha Banks would win it back.
They're like, she's a 4-time Raw champion. I'm like, yeah, she lost in every title defense.
Yeah, exactly.
I've talked about this before, but I hate the fact that you get to count another championship reign just because you won it on your rematch.
Yes.
Your automatic, guaranteed rematch.
Ric Flair hates it.
Good.
Because he's the 16th time, but everyone keeps catching up. I was surprised Randy Orton's got, 10?
Something like that.
It's ridiculous. But I agree with you. With you. But to me, this one's a hard one to pick.
Mm-hmm.
My smark is Black.
Yeah.
But my mark, of course, you know who my mark out is going to be, is Adam Cole.
It's funny. I have the exact opposite. My smark is Adam Cole because of 50-50 booking.
Okay.
But my mark is Aleister Black because, along with Velveteen Dream, Black is one of my favorite superstars right now. Yeah. So that's I've got to mark out to him.
What do you think, Steve?
See, I don't know, because this could be a coin toss either way. Like, I love both guys. This is tough, but I would have to say both my smark and I have to say the smark is Black, but I think the mark is Cole.
Good choice.
Yeah, right. But it could go either way. I could honestly, it's like a coin toss. These guys are going to beat the hell out of each other, and it's just going to be entertaining.
Gosh, it's going to be so much fun, and it's an Extreme Rules match, so anything goes. That's what's going to really make it fun. I honestly think it'll be the match of the night. Now, I think I think the NXT Championship match, where you get my boy Johnny G in there, that's another one that I think is a true toss-up.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that going either way. NXT is really behind Almas right now.
I don't get it.
The fans are really behind Johnny G.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. Well, you are a fan.
That's big time. That's right. But yeah, I don't understand the Almas thing. I didn't understand when he won the belt.
Mm-hmm.
And I just.
I mean, good timing since Drew McIntyre got injured in that match.
That's true.
It would have been a shame for him to have retained and then just Oscar'd it.
Yeah, pretty much.
The term now.
Yeah. I agree. Like, I see more in the Almas character. I've been like low key behind him ever since he came on, and I think we talked about this at the championship match.
Yep.
But like I like him, but I like Johnny G more. I mean, he is Mr. Wrestling.
He is
married to Mrs. Wrestling.
And she's signed.
Yeah. Whew. Yeah, excited. Did you watch the last match between Candice LeRae and Penis?
I did not see that one.
I love Penis.
Joey Ryan.
Yeah, I didn't see that one.
I didn't see the whole thing, but I caught like a highlight of it. Joey Ryan's his name. One of my favorite indie wrestlers.
It'd be nice
to Iron Penis.
It'd be nice to see Candice LeRae.
Yeah.
On Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or on Sunday.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm interested.
But we'll get to that later. But yeah. What, Steve? What do you think about Almas?
Well, first off, his name sounds like it came out of a Scrabble bag. I still don't get that. It's like it's the most
Spanish.
NXT name of NXT names. But I think the Almas Cien Sombrero, whatever. That's my mark pick, and Smark is Johnny G.
All right.
Do you think we'll have an appearance from Tommaso? Will he come out?
I without like getting my hopes up too much, I would love to see Tommaso Ciampa come in and like ruin it for Johnny.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I think that's a possibility.
Which is why my Smark pick is Almas. I'm expecting shenanigans in the way of Tommaso Ciampa.
I can see that,
but I'm marking towards Johnny G.
I am smarking and marking to Johnny G.
Okay.
I think that we'll get the Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn kind of response after Johnny G wins.
Yeah.
They pretend to be friends and congratulate, and then boom.
Even after
Johnny G wins.
But even after what happened the last time we saw the two of them together?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're gonna reconcile, and then he's gonna psycho killer.
It's an ultimate swerve that gets you guessing.
Okay.
Why not? Go out on a limb.
Huh.
But yes, Mark and Mark, Johnny G.
Okay.
You got to put the belt on him.
All right.
But I will say that whoever wins this match
Mm-hmm.
will lose to either Black or Cole going forward.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because they clearly are the next, the next,
next in line.
Next in line. Yeah, they're the hotness.
Okay.
All right.
I can see that.
Well,
can see that.
There's the NXT TakeOver.
Yeah,
right
that covers the entire thing.
All right. Are we good with that?
I'm good with that. Steve,
Right.
are you good
Sounds
with
good to me.
Okay.
All right. I don't know if you guys saw, but it was just released. We got some pre-show matches. You want to rapid fire through those?
Yeah. Yes,
ready?
since I literally have no preparation for it.
All right. Well, we're going to rapid fire.
Yeah.
Steve, you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do this.
All right. We got a United States Championship match
Oh.
between Bobby Roode and it's an open challenge.
Oh. An open challenge.
Does Bobby Roode retain?
Yes.
Steve?
No, I say the open challenge comes out to Ziggler.
Oh.
And Ziggler gets the title back.
There we go. I like how you went on a limb there.
Okay.
I'm going
out. Ziggler comes back and gets it back.
Okay. I could see that happening, but especially since they're just like throwing it on the pre-show last minute, I can see that. But
I'm going Bobby.
I'm going with retain against vacant.
All right, we're ready for the next one.
Do it.
We've got Gallows and Anderson versus the Revival.
Oh, poor Revival.
They got Ascension hard.
Yeah. I'm gonna say both ways. The club takes it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be like a squash. I don't know what they have against the Revival, but they're going to get Ascension. It's going to be the club.
Unless they're 50-50 booking it, and they want to like be like, hey guys, remember the Revival is pretty tough, but this isn't NXT.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And that's a shame, in my opinion, that they're starting to bury them. I don't know what they did, but it's almost got an Ascension type feel to it.
Yeah, I think that is why Steve used the verb ascensioned.
Right. I was going along with that. Yeah. All right, third match: Kalisto, Dorado, Metallic versus TJP, Gentleman Jack Gallagher, and Gulak.
Oh.
Have they announced what they're going to do with the title yet?
That's supposed to be at the next 205 Live when they announce who the new GM is.
How you doing?
Good riddance is all I have to say about that.
Yeah. All right, who we got?
I'm gonna go with TJP's team. I haven't been watching 205 Live, but I hear that Gentleman Jack has been doing really good stuff. So I guess
unless he's facing a Tommy, and then it's
yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Tommy in there? Did I miss you say that? Okay,
you did not miss that.
Cool. I would not be surprised. Or Ricochet. Oh, is this where Ricochet comes out? It's like, yeah, guys, I am in 205 Live.
Hey, you guys. All right, what you got, Steve?
I gotta go with TJP's team. Like they forgot about him, but now all of a sudden they're starting to do stuff with him again.
Yeah,
They're like, oh, we have these 10 other guys on
Yeah,
205 Live.
Enzo.
yeah, I hate to follow along, but I'm a big fan of the gentleman Jack Gallagher, so I'm gonna have to go with them.
I like to drink, Gentleman Jack.
All right, so we got the pre-show stuff out of the way.
Yeah.
What do we want to start with? You want to start with
do we want to just
tag teams?
Yeah, we can start with the tag teams.
Okay.
That works with me.
All right, let's start with SmackDown. We've got the Usos and
the Us.
and Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin. Ain't no stopping me now. What you got, Chris?
You mean Shelton Benjamin?
Yeah,
Mister. I don't know how to talk into a microphone.
No.
So as fans, longtime fans of the show, will know, I am a big fan of the Usos, and want them to go places.
And I am not.
Yeah, but I also acknowledge that one of the Usos recently got into some legal trouble.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah. The night of I guess the night before, and then like the morning of it became public, he got dinged for drunk driving, I believe, or driving under the influence.
DUI.
Yep.
DUI.
And I guess somebody, possibly the WWE themselves, posted his bail, so he was able to be on the show that night.
Yeah.
But I would not be surprised if he still got some repercussions from that, and they stripped the Usos of their title so that they're not on TV regularly, because they don't want... The WWE has an image to uphold.
That's true.
That's what they did with Rob Van Dam when him and Sabu got pulled over. They took both the ECW and the WWE titles off of him.
Ooh, nice pull.
Yeah. That's why I got Steve on the show.
Because I'm struggling. Steve, I got to tell you, I'm struggling with this guy.
This guy only been watching wrestling for 2 years. His first WWE champion was Seth Green.
See, there we go. There's one every time.
Seth Green.
Isn't that right, Apollo Crews?
Seth Rollins. Seth freaking Rollins, if
That's
I may.
right.
Whatever. I remember I remember when David Arquette was champion.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I loved that movie.
So I, as you know, Chris, have been dogging Gable from the start.
Yes.
And I have been thoroughly impressed at how he's been wrestling, as because I don't think they've really showcased Benjamin much. Benjamin is who he is. He's 40 years old. He's not going to really change much. But Gable's in-ring performances have been really good. So I've really been a fan of it.
I will say he's been growing on me as a heel.
I wish this match had Rusev Day in it. Happy Rusev Day, by the way.
Oh, I can't believe I almost forgot. Happy Rusev Day.
Yeah.
And to you too, Stephen.
Yes. Joyous Rusev greetings.
But I really, unfortunately, I think they're going to want Rusev Day to take the tag team titles away from the Usos. So as much as I would mark out for Gable and Benjamin to win, and I will, the smart pick for me.
You're going to smark out to...
It's the Usos.
Yeah. I am, again, flipping you. And like I said, with the DUI charge, I believe that Shelty B and Chatty G are gonna take the titles, but in my heart of hearts, I still want the Usos to retain.
Yep, and that's where I stand. The Smarks, because if the Uso, I don't know if it's Jimmy or Jay, the one that's married to Naomi, if he didn't get popped, then I would say the Usos. But since he got popped, I think it's going to be American Alpha 2.0.
And, American Beta, sir.
American Beta, there you go, American Beta. They've moved into beta testing now.
All right.
Okay.
So American Beta is the Smark, but the Uso Penitentiary locked down is my mark.
The whichever one it was is going to be locked down in the Usos Penitentiary soon.
Yeah.
All right.
I feel bad because I made that joke on Twitter when I saw, and I'm now just recycling my own jokes.
You are.
That's what I do.
It's pretty bad.
Oh, don't feel bad. I make tons of wrestling jokes on Twitter. It doesn't go anywhere.
That's true. I follow you.
My favorite one, not to toot my own horn, was she should change her name to Oscar Mayer because she makes her opponents dead meat.
Woo!
Uh...
This is why I brought him on the show.
Yeah, that's good. All right, that leads into the Raw Tag Team Championships.
Yeah.
We've got Seth Rollins
Mm-hmm.
and the human mute button, Jason Jordan, against the Bar, Sheamus and Cesaro.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly wish that Seth Rollins, who I'm glad has brought back the curb stomp, will curb stomp Jason Jordan.
You know, it's starting to look a little implosive.
I'm okay with that.
Me too. Oddly enough, as much as I dislike Jason Jordan, I wish they were playing a little bit of a slower game with the implosion of that. But I am not surprised that they are not. Although, like, mostly the reason why I wish they were playing a slower game is because I want it to tie in to when Dean Ambrose returns. You know, like I want Dean Ambrose to like be able to be like, oh, so you just replaced me with your new best friend here, and like have Seth Rollins be like, no, I can't fucking stand him. Look, curb stomp.
I can't get rid of him. Kurt made me take him.
Yeah, the knee, the knee rainmaker that I used to break everyone's nose. And have Dean Ambrose be like, no, fuck you, I'm crazy. Dirty deeds to Seth Rollins.
He says that.
I mean, it's Dean Ambrose. He's one of my favorite wrestlers, so I hope he does too. I think. Yeah, I'm wearing my Dean Ambrose belt buckle. Yeah, you're wearing your KO shirt. Nice.
He does a pretty entertaining Bachelor recap on Renee Young's
Regular
podcast.
Girls. Yes.
Yes.
I
don't even watch The Bachelor, but I will listen to Dean Ambrose talk about The Bachelor.
It's pretty entertaining. I caught their one of their more recent episodes of with a recap of The Bachelor. But yeah, so back to the match though.
Yeah,
not fantasy booking Dean Ambrose return to The Bachelor. Here's a rose for you, Seth Rollins. I don't know if that means that he gets to stay or has to leave. I don't watch The Bachelor.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. We'll ask Dean.
Nice cover though.
Yeah.
I don't know what the show is.
I just like the symbolism of him handing a rose to Seth Rollins because I ship them. What? So Seth and Jordan versus the Bar. The Bar doing really well.
Yeah.
Even with Cesaro being even harder to understand with his mouthpiece.
That's true. But I have noticed that he's starting to wear it less when he's not wrestling.
That's true. Yes.
I'm okay.
In promos, his mouth doesn't sound full of mashed potatoes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I think whoever wins this match will lose to the Balor Club at WrestleMania.
Probably something like that. Yeah.
I do see a Balor Club push coming up. Steve, what are you thinking on this?
I think it's going to be Cesaro because I think they're going to the implosion of Pseudo Shield is going to happen, and Jason's going to eat a curb stomp for his efforts.
Do you think it's going to interrupt the match, or are they going to wait until after the match and like Seth's going to be like, "You're the reason why we lost"? Curb stomp.
I think it's going to after the match. I think Jason's going to blow it somehow, like distract the ref and inadvertently.
Like he always does.
Yeah, it'll be like a low blow and then a neuralizer or whatever. So he'll cost them the match due to his own ignorant shenanigans, and then afterwards he'll get curb stomped.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I've got my smark as Rollins and Jordan retain.
Yeah.
I think this will continue on for a little bit, but my mark out will definitely be the Bar winning.
I'm going both the Bar.
Okay.
Yeah, both my Smark and Mark are Cesaro.
Okay.
All right. The Universal Championship. We have
on to the overbloated matches.
Yes. This is the match that Vince loves the most because we have so much big beefy men
Just
in this.
Look at those physiques.
Yeah.
They need some IcoPro, goddammit.
We've got Braun Strowman, we've got Kane, and we have the reigning, defending, undisputed WWE Universal Champion Brock Lesnar.
Barack versus Kane and Braun. I'm torn between whether I'm excited and not excited about this because
I can help you out. I'm not excited.
Okay. I love Braun Strowman. I am excited to see him in a match. But I don't think that Vince and co are ready to do anything more than what they have been doing with him. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think that they're ready to put the belt on him.
Not till Brock's not dropping the title till WrestleMania.
Yeah,
agreed.
And Kane should be focusing on politics. He's not in office yet, and I don't even think they've had the election yet because it's a special election that happens sometime in the spring. But like, he has no business being a demon on TV.
No.
And why would they give him the title? Which is probably why they will give him the title. Just like Dolph Ziggler getting the U.S. Championship title.
That definitely surprised us.
That is exactly, I think that's exactly what I said about Dolph Ziggler getting the title. He has no business. He is in there to take the fall, which is exactly what I think Kane is in there to do.
Yes.
So Kane's going to win.
But with the way
that
that
would make
things
me
have
cry
worked out.
so much.
Yeah. But I wouldn't be surprised if Kane's the one that gets pinned because I agree. I think Lesnar walks out with the belt here. I think he continues it till WrestleMania. But I don't think you want Braun Strowman to look weak and get pinned by Lesnar. I think Kane gets pinned by Lesnar.
I mean, Brock's already pinned him clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, with one F5. It's like they build him as a monster among men, and then one F5 and he goes down.
He's a monster amongst men, not amongst beasts.
Oh, well.
So I don't think we need to spend too much more time on this one. I think we're pretty sure.
I mean, it's going to be a monster truck clusterfuck with table smash, but
there will be an announce table that breaks.
Oh, for sure.
Yes,
at least
they love having Braun power slam Brock through that table. He does it like every time,
and then power slam the table through Brock.
Yeah,
which was one of my favorite spots. That and like the chair toss.
Oh God,
versus Roman Reigns.
Speaking of belts not changing hands,
well. Let me say my piece on the Smark.
I thought you did. Okay. Go ahead. Okay. Go ahead. Yeah. Just go ahead.
The Mark and me wants Braun to win, and the Smark wants Brock.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
Or
really?
The Smark expects Brock. Rather.
Right.
But the Mark and
me.
You
would really mark out for Braun Strowman winning the belt right now at Royal Rumble?
What was the first thing I said when we started talking about this match? I love Braun Strowman.
Okay.
Hence the marking out.
But okay, all right. Cool.
The point of the Mark prediction is to not take into consideration anything else.
I'm with you, but the only way that he wins is if he pins Kane. He will not pin Brock Lesnar.
That sounds pretty smarky to me, sir.
But part of me is not well. But here's the thing: like, I don't get excited for Braun Strowman. Like Braun Strowman does not excite me. I think he's just like every other giant, like the Big Show or whatever, that Vince just continues to do the same role with over and over and over again. So it's hard for me to get behind someone like that. And plus, he always has the advantage over other wrestlers. So like, I've never been a big fan of the larger athletes.
Yeah.
And I'll call them athletes, and that's what they are. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, honestly, my mark out will not. I mean, I don't really think I'll mark out if Braun Strowman wins. Yeah. Because I chalk it up like the same as the others, but I just so you would mark out if he got this belt. I'm impressed.
Especially over the other two. Especially over the other two.
Yeah, I mean, Kane.
Given the three options, the Mark in me would want Braun to win.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll give you that. I mean, again, I'm just.
I don't know if I'm going to be like jumping up, doing the yes points. That's no. There's not. No matter whom wins, there's not going to be any. There's not going to be any yes chance or anything like that. Okay. It's just going to be like cool.
All right. Well. Hey, I apologize for cutting you off. I thought we were all on the same page with the Mark and Smart.
That's why. That's why
hats
I wanted.
Off to you, Chris.
That's why I wanted to jump in there because I knew.
Yeah.
I knew.
Yeah. Well done.
That might be what cost me my belt.
No, it'll be your random draw on this Royal Rumble.
Well, no, the Royal Rumble is not included in. Well,
the Royal Rumble is always included. Chris, come on.
We'll
talk. We'll talk about.
Yeah.
We'll talk.
I think we need to go over the specific rules. Maybe
we'll table ladder and chair.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
We'll talk about that on the reaction show.
Or can we get to my match now?
Yeah.
AJ Styles, the phenomenal one, against KO and Sami Zayn, who, if they win, become the first ever WWE co-champions. Yes.
Go.
Yes. Part of the Yep.
I love the Yep movement.
As do I.
Yes. I think this is going to be a really fun match.
Yeah.
I hope it is.
This I thrown out there, gimmick match aside, as in the both the Rumbles.
Yep.
Out of the straightforward matches, this I'm predicting will be, not even might be, but will be match of the night.
Yep.
Easily.
Absolutely.
I mean, AJ Styles is in it. Yep. Kevin Owens is in it.
Yep.
Sami Zayn is in it.
Yep.
All three of them tend to have match of the night caliber matches.
Yep.
All three of them together, it's either going to be amazing or a shit show.
Yep.
And I don't think I've seen a shit show from any of them.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah. Even versus fucking the modern day Maharaja, they were able. Did all three of them face at some point? Definitely AJ Styles, and I want to say
Kevin and Sammy ever did.
I don't think so.
Well, anyway, even AJ Styles was able to pull a great match out of him. So
that's true.
Yeah.
So Steve, what are you thinking on this match?
This is the match I'm most looking forward to.
Yeah.
I'm still curious to see what kind of role, because they've been teasing Daniel Bryan kind of do a subtle heel turn, but I don't know how they're going to do it, but I think he's not, and I think somehow Daniel Bryan will play a role in this that will allow AJ to win. I think AJ couldn't win, but I think Daniel Bryan's going to play a role in it somehow that everyone's like, oh, he was on AJ's side the whole time.
It was me, AJ. It was me all along.
I was the one who set up the match. Yeah, I know. I was right there.
I know. I hate you for it.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay, that's a new view. That Daniel Bryan flips the script yet again.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Mm-hmm.
I do hope that Shane McMahon does not get involved.
Oh
but
my God!
I have a gut feeling he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm ready for Shane McMahon to take another couple years off at this point.
I agree.
Maybe he can become general manager of 205 Lives, and then none of us ever have to see him again. Ooh.
Maybe he could do commentary for the XFL.
Ooh.
Like he used to do for Sunday Night Heat. He was just, oh, that guy got suplexed so hard.
But of course, I think the smart move here is having AJ keep the belt until WrestleMania. Mm-hmm. But I will definitely mark out if Kevin Owens wins. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Yeah, no, that's the same way I'm leaning.
Yeah, that's boring, but thanks. Yeah. What about you, Steve?
Yeah, I think they're not. I don't think they would put the stack. It's almost like John Cena. I think they stack the odds against him for the sole purpose so when he wins, it'd be like he overcame the odds. But I think that either Shane McMahon does something or somehow Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan are going to play a role in the match, and AJ is going to retain.
Is that for both Smark and Mark?
Oh, yeah, that's for both Smark and Mark.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right.
Yeah. That I just like to show the difference whenever there is between our Smark views and our Mark views, just for the keyboard warriors or whatever the hell John Cena called them, just so they know that we're not idiots.
Yeah, we're not just going off of the trend.
Like when I say Braun Strowman's going to win the Universal title. Like I don't think he's actually going to do it, but I would prefer it.
Yeah.
It would be nice.
Good. Yeah.
Is what you're saying.
Yeah.
So this is
me as a blind fan.
This is the first ever women's Royal Rumble match.
Is it?
Yeah. Can you believe we've gotten here though? I think it's really cool.
Yeah. No. I from being the outsider that I was during the Attitude Era, where it was like brawn panty matches.
Yeah, those are great.
Yeah, paddle on the pole matches.
Here I was trying to say something great about women over mounting the odds, and you guys are like, "Yeah, bra panty matches." Yeah, Trish Stratus.
Well, I mean, how far they've come. They've come from like wrestling and gravy to having Hell in a Cell matches.
Stacy Keibler.
Yeah, but like I'm happy that this is where it is now that I'm in it, because like that was what I saw when I was like, oh, this is weird, to now being like, oh, cool. Women are wrestlers.
Well, I think women have come a long way as wrestlers.
Yeah, that too.
Less as performers, more as wrestlers.
Especially with like the women that they hire, because like the during those times it was much more like just good-looking women.
Sure, it was
Bikini
for show.
models.
Yeah. But yes, so
and I think Lita kind of changed a lot of that. But anyway, so I think what do we want to just go with, hey, our Smark and Mark, or do we want to discuss a little bit about it? Because
we can discuss a little bit about it. Like I don't want to get too bogged down in it, because there's just so much that you can talk about with a.
Like, who do you think is going to be a surprise entrance?
Yeah,
like,
I would not be surprised if they threw in Alita. Beth Phoenix is doing commentary for the mixed match challenge, so she's still with the company. So it's I find that it could very easily she could jump in. Stephanie apparently is doing commentary, so I wonder if they're going to pull a Michael Cole and have her enter the Rumble match halfway through. Yeah, because that was that 1 year.
We'll get a Bella in there.
Yeah, at least one Bella. If you watch Total Divas, you know that Brie has been lamenting the fact that she chose to retire and has been talking to guys behind the scenes about doing something. Yeah. We could get both Bellas. They both seem to be in good what do I want to say?
Good graces.
Yeah, they're definitely both in good graces. And they both.
The one who came out in her wrestling gear, though, when they introduced the most legendary women, Nikki came out like in her wrestling. I thought she was going to wrestle that night.
She did. And Brie, I've seen her wrestle in that gear. That's more what she came out in. Although that was more like her, like, I'm just cheering on my sister gear, like the black pants.
Well, yeah.
But she still looked ring ready.
Speaking of looking good and ring ready, Kelly.
Hey.
Oh, there you go.
Holla.
But yeah, they apparently someone at some point did the numbers, and they were like, on the roster right now, there's only 17-ish women that are like for sure ready, and basically all of those women are the ones that have already announced that they're going to be in it.
Yes.
So they have plenty of room for NXT surprise surprise returns. Yep. Random women.
Yep.
If Mia Yim weren't injured, they could have called her.
Yeah,
but she hurt her leg.
You could have marked out to that,
sir. She's going to be at Nova Pro on the March show, by the way.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I'll talk about it when we get closer.
All right, Chris, who do you like, Mark and Smark?
So my Smark is Asuka. She's going to dominate, and that's going to be the road to WrestleMania for her to get the belt there. My Mark, I had to rack my brain about this, because I was like, who? I think I'm gonna go with returning Becky. Well, I mean, she's not like returning in the match; she's been around, but now she is she has returned,
she needs a push.
Yeah, and also like pitting her up against her and her like best friend Charlotte. That would be that WWE loves that tension.
Oh, yeah, the breakup of T Generation X.
Yeah, there you go. What you thinking, Steve?
My Smark, I still maintain it. I don't buy it. I still think Ronda Rousey. Mm-hmm. I think it's going to come down between her and Asuka, and I think Stephanie is going to get involved somehow and screw over Asuka and be like, oh, Ronda Rousey's the 40s women's champ or whatever. Mm-hmm. That's my pick. My Mark, I know she doesn't have a snowball's chance in hell, but my Mark, I'm a hugger. I would be Bayley.
Oh my gosh!
I'm a hugger, true and die. I'm a hugger.
Well done.
It's all right. There is video footage of me marking out to Bayley's first appearance on a Raw pay-per-view. So I'm right there with you, being a hugger.
Yes, I'm a hugger through and through.
And what's funny is I actually put her down as a Mark pick for myself.
Yeah.
But I think...
Oh, yes, that's right. Timmy C, as usual, going above and beyond, has several Mark picks.
Well, not above and beyond. So my Smark winner is Asuka. I mean, I think it's obvious. But the only issue with that, in my opinion, is it too obvious? Mm-hmm. So I don't think...
And she can get tossed out of a Royal Rumble and still... not be tarnished by that. Yeah, because they won't San Martino her.
Right. Well, and as my boy James told me today when I was talking to him earlier, he said what if Asuka knocks Ronda Rousey out, and then Ronda Rousey gets back into the ring and knocks her out.
They've done that plenty of times. I can see that.
I can definitely see something like that happening. I do think that as a mark. Mm-hmm. And the reason why I picked a couple, and I did that for the men too, is because my mark-out picks aren't confirmed entrants into the Rumble. Okay. So my mark-out would be AJ Lee.
Okay.
Oh my God! Yeah, that would be
if
phenomenal.
Her music hit. I would mark out.
Yeah. So my mark
out... And
I
would mark out the entire time she was an active participant.
Yes. So my mark out is AJ Lee. Now, she's not confirmed. No. So my...
Nor is, last I heard, even in good standing with the company.
So... And
based on association. I don't know if she herself did anything.
Who that was.
Yeah, who?
Maybe the person that got fired on her wedding day?
So you can... So,
because it was her wedding day too.
So you can count these against me or not, but I have a backup or two. So my backup is Nia Jax.
Okay.
I think she's a dominant force, and my backup number 2.
Terrible taste in men, though.
Yeah, I don't judge. Yeah. My backup number 2 is Bayley. However, I think the only way that Bayley wins and we can really get behind her as a mark, or I can as a mark, is if she turns heel. I think a heel Bayley is
a healy, if you will.
Yeah, there you go. A little refreshing. Yeah. I think her current...
Does she deny hugs as a heel?
I think that'd be fantastic.
Or the only hugs that she gives are ones that break your back?
Yeah. I mean, it would really enforce the Bayley to belly.
Yeah, there you go.
But I
to show like a little like... before she slams you down.
Yeah, but I think she's in dire need of a character change. But I really like Nia Jax. I think that'd be really cool of her kind of looking like she's teaming up with Stephanie and Ronda or whatever they want to do it, and then she kind of just flips and says, "No, I'm winning." So that's kind of how I'm going off of it.
Lest we forget, because both times that we've invoked Ronda Rousey's name. With Stephanie McMahon, it sounded like they're teaming up. Lest we forget, the last time Ronda Rousey was in a WWE ring, she was slamming Stephanie McMahon. Granted,
that's true.
WWE has worse hindsight than a goldfish.
We're supposed to forget things. Remember?
Yeah. I believe I talked about that last episode. Maybe. Who knows? I don't remember.
Did I talk about the XFL last episode?
Who knows? We could talk about...
That's why I think they'll do it for, because they'll hype that up. They'll be like, the last time she was here, she slammed Stephanie. And I think that's why they'll do the alignment, to make everyone think that there's still bad blood. And then, oh, nope. Screw job.
They'll be like, now we got bad blood.
Ooh, that's good. Are you warming up for karaoke night?
I am.
All right.
Me.
So, the last match of the night for our picking. I don't know if it's actually the
Who
last
knows?
match of the night.
It might not be the main event. They might throw the ladies on last, which I think would be pretty cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah. Give them the rub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 30-man Royal Rumble. Which is a lot. I mean, this is why it's the second favorite of mine because of this match. I mean, this match is very unique.
Yes.
And this is another one that I think everyone's got their favorite. But is it too obvious? And that's Shinsuke Nakamura. Is that the too obvious choice? I mean, he's my smart pick, but I mean, I think there's a lot of others out there that could make it interesting. Even the gentleman who just said today that he would be joining the Royal Rumble, Roman Reigns.
Oh, Roman Reigns is going to be in the Royal Rumble?
He's confirmed.
I don't know. I was racking the old noggin. I'm not sure who my smart pick is. I'm terrified that they're going to give it to Randy again, because he had a good showing at one of the last shows he was on. Roman, of course they could give it to him again, because it's Roman.
Yep.
I've gotten over being pissed off about Roman, but at the same time, like, it's boring. It
is. I don't hate the guy. It's kind of boring at this point.
No, I hate the guy.
That's fair. I mean, confirmed steroid user. No, I shouldn't say. I shouldn't even joke about that. I shouldn't even joke because
Although he said today he's got proof. He says he has tracking numbers and receipts.
Oh,
so
really?
We'll see if that happens.
Yeah. Well, so does Enzo. I mean, allegedly.
The cool thing about that, if since I unceremoniously invoked it, I did like Roman's response. He was like, "Hey man, after I got dinged for my wellness violation like last year or whatever, I've had 11 wellness checks. Like, they're keeping an eye on me. I couldn't be.
Right.
I couldn't be using steroids." Right. And I was like, okay, that's cool. I mean, whatever. Like, I wish him the best in all his future endeavors. If I may quote the WWE. No one laughed at that. That's fine. But no, like, it's fine. I personally do not believe that he was. If he was buying the steroids, I don't think he was using them, because I agree, he's got to be under a microscope right now.
Yeah.
How long ago was this though?
That is the other thing. I don't actually know.
Right.
Because that's true. This guy might be talking about the steroids that he bought that he was using when he got dinged for his wellness check. Although the wellness check was Adderall. Yeah, no. So
Adderall,
but maybe this was before. Maybe
it's true. That's true. That's true. I don't know. I'm not
to the Rumble.
I'm not a lawyer.
What are you thinking for the Rumble, Chris? Come on.
So, Smark, I guess I'm going to go with Shinsuke, since they seem to be giving him a bit of a push now. But so I was thinking about this, and it was mostly after his showing on Raw 25. But I think I would mark out the most if the winner of the Men's Royal Rumble was a little Mr. Elias. Just nice. Throwing a curveball to everyone.
Oh, that is. I mean, he did look strong against John Cena. Yeah. They don't let just anyone do that.
Yeah, he took down John Cena, the Juggernaut, and Mr. No Days Off,
and
we have seen,
we have seen strange winners like Alberto Del Rio, who kind of won out of nowhere the year that he won a few years back. So it wouldn't be off the wall, and I guess everybody would have to walk with Elias.
That's what WWE stands for.
Yeah. That was pretty cool. But
oh my God, when he figured that out, I was just like.
But as a musician, I hated seeing him break that guitar. I don't care what the brand was. I don't care if it was a cheap guitar.
I don't care if it's a prop guitar.
Right, I don't care. I saw it and I was like, damn it.
That's like every time I see like that clip of Kurt Cobain diving into the drum set of that one show that they did. I'm like, why? Or the Who blowing up the drum sets.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Don't mic drop. Those things cost money.
Oh my God. I want to punch someone every time I see the mic drop.
What you thinking, Steve?
My Smark is Roman Reigns. Assuming that the steroid thing doesn't blow up in like the next couple of days, he's going to come in at number 30, and he's going to spear, and punch, and throw out. I think he'll throw out Elias as the last person.
Oh,
wow! Okay,
just to make me cry.
Just to make the internet cry.
Yeah. Oh, wouldn't it be great if like Elias is like the last, like he like whoever comes out 29, like the entire Rumble is cleared. Like it's just Elias standing in the ring, and it starts counting down to 30, and fucking Roman Reigns music hits, and everyone's like, no! And then he just Superman punch and tosses him over the rope. I would cry. Oh, what if he beat Roman? Oh, what if he made him drift away?
Who's your
I think Michael Cole would say, the big dog has made sure that Elias has left the building.
Vintage.
Oh, vintage Michael Cole right there. If I ever go to a live event where I know Michael Cole is there, I want to make a sign that is just the definition of the word vintage. I want to like be sitting right behind, or I guess since he's on Raw, right in front of the announce booth, and just hold it there.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
I would
Especially
like bring back the frosted tips, Michael.
Ooh.
Where's the soul patch?
Oh yeah.
Where's the highlights, Michael?
Oh.
Fish tank.
Who's your mark out, Steve?
Well, there's my mark out, and there's a more realistic mark out.
I'm okay with it.
My mark out would be The Miz.
Mm.
I would cry tears of joy because I'm a huge Miz fan.
Yeah.
But I think my mark out though would be Shinsuke, because then you could have Shinsuke and AJ at WrestleMania. That's just an excuse to print money.
It's like Alpha versus Omega.
Oh. How wonderful was it to see Jericho on Raw 25, even though it was announced ahead of time?
Yeah. Oh, it was good. He's the greatest of all time in my book, so
and
I was okay with that.
Oh, that was beautiful, him putting Elias on the list like that.
Yeah.
That's like the new way. That's the Jericho way of giving an up-and-comer wrestler the rub. Yeah. It's like, I'll put him on the list.
Yeah.
It's great. You don't have to get hurt that way.
How many wrestlers does Matt Hardy delete?
I don't know. After getting beat by Bray Wyatt on Raw 25.
Yeah. I think he deletes at least one, and it might be Brother Nero, but I think he deletes at least one so he can turn to the crowd and do his
Fair enough.
delete.
Fair. I mean, Brother Nero was on Raw 25. I'm going to just keep referencing Raw 25, by the way. He was playing poker.
Damn.
Oh, and since they're in Philly, Tommy Dreamer surprise entrant.
Nice pull. That is out of nowhere.
Yeah, he was. Sorry, go ahead.
They gotta have someone from ECW there, and Tommy's always available, so I think it's gonna be Tommy.
And Tommy, as far as I'm aware, good standing with the company.
Yeah,
you know, he just recently was talking about how like he runs. I guess he runs a show somewhere. That's like an indie version of ECW.
Okay.
House of Core.
Yeah, and he was like, "Hey, man, Vince just dropped, however much money on XFL, and I just paid off all the bills for the next House of Hardcore show. Here's my profit." And, he like took a picture of like $20 or something like that.
Yeah.
So far, like, no one's, the show hasn't come on yet, so he still has plenty of time to make more profit. Don't worry, guys. But he was like being like, Vince is a great businessman, like he was giving Vince, a shine, which, maybe is his way of being like, hey, Vince,
that could
let me in that Rumble.
Could be.
But yeah, so I would be into Tommy Dreamer sneaking in.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
again. That's why I brought Steven on the show. He's got that good knowledge.
Yeah, I mean because you were about to tell me about woo 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 coming in, and here we get something good like Tommy Dreamer.
Love if Zach, I'm sure Zack Ryder will because he's Mr. Always ready to work.
Exactly.
And I'm fine if he comes in and instantly gets kicked out, as long as he gets his time to shine.
What about a Pete Dunne sighting?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Are you okay with that?
Yeah, I'm. Yes, I'm.
Right,
it's fine. It's fine.
Oh, it's all right. It's fine.
Yeah, no, I like I like Pete Dunne.
Okay.
Yeah. Apparently, either recently or soon, he's doing a match versus Austin Aries.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the question though. Talk about pressure. What's Kofi going to do this year?
Yeah.
Every year he does. What more can he do at this point?
A lot of people on some of the wrestling podcasts that I listen to are like, guys, is this Kofi's year to win? And I'm like, no, it's not.
No.
But maybe maybe it's Kofi's year to get kicked out. To get kicked out the first time.
Yeah.
Which one person pointed out, the great thing about that spot is that even if he fucks up and accidentally does get eliminated, it could always just look like this was the year that it was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
You know, so because he never comes back and wins. You know.
No.
So, speaking of which, what's your favorite Kofi spot on the Rumble?
I think it'd be when he did the bunny hopping with JBL's chair.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
The one that makes me laugh the most is the rosebuds, where he falls into the rosebuds.
Yeah, Braun Strowman caught him, I think.
Yeah. Although the handstand one, I think, is the most perplexing. The fact that it worked, where he does the handstand and then drops his legs on the steps.
It was perfect.
Or when he leapt from the guardrail to the steel steps.
Yeah.
Like a big jump.
Yeah. I think, actually, the handstand, was the first Royal Rumble I had ever watched.
Do we get an Undertaker sighting? And do they set something up for him and Cena? Because I see that everywhere. Again, we're not going to be that podcast, but just throwing it out there.
I really hope not.
Part of me, as unceremonious as his last match was, like the way that he put his ring attire down was perfect.
Yeah.
And I don't want that to be sullied. You know, if he can pull out a better match, awesome, but like that visual of him laying his hat down.
Yeah.
Yeah, to come back to, and Cena doesn't need the win. You know what, to Cena, it's like you know, it's like Bill Gates winning the lottery. He doesn't need it.
Yeah.
Better chance of a return, CM Punk or Daniel Bryan?
Daniel Bryan.
I
don't want to be that podcast. It's like, guys, this could be Daniel Bryan's year, but like CM Punk, come on.
No, I'm throwing it out there because, you know, I mean, you never know.
Yeah.
Daniel Bryan never accused WWE of making him shit his pants in the ring.
I would love for Cult of Personality to hit and then have it be Dolph Ziggler coming out and bringing back his like, oh, I do everyone's entrance now.
Right.
And then he wastes his entire 90 seconds just doing other people's entrances.
That'd be great.
And then he gets the Curtis Axel rub of never even entering the match.
Yeah.
Because lest we forget, Curtis Axel is still in the 2015 Royal Rumble.
That is true.
So is Maven, isn't he? Maven never got eliminated.
Maybe.
Yeah,
you're better at that knowledge than I am.
We'll give it to you.
I think Maven's still in it. From like 2003. I think Maven's still in it.
Oh, so Curtis Axel not the record holder.
And so my Mark pick is that Daniel Bryan pick.
Okay.
I would lose my mind.
Okay. I would too. The whole I don't want to be this podcast talk does not negate the fact that I would mark out like some shit. I don't want to get bogged down in like could it happen talk. But yeah, I would lose my shit too.
I would also lose my mind if Kevin Owens wins.
Yeah. The way that he dropped his title to Goldberg made me feel so bad. I would love for him to get that title back. I would love for Finn to get that title back.
I know, they keep hyping the first ever Universal Champion, but they never actually put him back in the title.
Well, that's because they were like, oh, well, we need to hype him because the audience doesn't like him. And
he's
it's like,
not over.
Forever.
But I think this year I've come to grips with I think Seth Rollins deserves another push.
Okay.
And so I think that would be a good moment, especially if he and Jason Jordan, the mute button, if they split up, I think that'd be cool.
Okay.
I'd be a big fan of that.
Yeah.
So I think we've gone through all of it. Here, I got another question.
Yeah.
Does an NXT star enter the Rumble?
Of course.
Who? Steve?
Oh, I'm trying to think here.
Do we get a Johnny G? Drew McIntyre?
Well,
maybe he's healed up and they haven't put him on NXT because they want to bring him back. They want to put the band back together.
That's possible.
What about Sanity's not on the NXT? What if Eric Young? Sanity's not on the card.
That'd be a good one. Or maybe they go like with Lars Sullivan.
Yeah. I love me some Lars.
Maybe they go with that.
Mm-hmm. Big man beef.
I got one more question.
Yeah.
You ready for this?
I am ready.
Does Ty Dillinger come out at number 10 again?
I hope he does.
I hope he does. They cannot do it. He has to.
I marked out so hard, and then my buddy Carlos, you probably know Carlos. He's one of the bouncers at the bar.
Yes. Yep.
He was watching it with me. Does not care for wrestling. He's like Brian, but he wanted to hang out, and I was like, well, I'm watching wrestling, and so like Ty Dillinger comes out at 10, and Jay is there with us, one of the other bouncers, and Jay is super into wrestling, and both Jay and I are like, yes, 10, and Carlos is just looking at us like we're idiots, and so I had to explain, and I was like, oh, he's the perfect 10. He does the 10 thing.
He's like, it's not 10 o'clock, dude.
Exactly. And what's great is I am watching the Rumble with Carlos again this year.
Nice.
So hopefully Ty Dillinger comes out at 10 again, and I can be like, hey, Carlos, remember this is the guy that came out at 10 last year?
He's like, yeah, totally. All right. That's all I got.
Yeah.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is going to be a fun Rumble and takeover.
Yeah.
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 Good weekend.
Yeah.
Yes.
And now we've got Steve Harvey in the fold here.
Don't make that joke. It's just as bad as making a Chris Nolan joke to me.
I know. I don't have a cool name like the rest of you guys, but hey, I make my own names.
Only we can make that joke, and even then, I don't do it that often.
Yeah, right. That's why you're the only one on the show that has a nickname.
That's right.
That's why you're Timmy C.
That's right. Just so I could be as cool as you guys.
Yeah.
But I'm cooler.
Well, Steve, where can the kids find you on the Twitter if you want to release that so they can read all of your terrible wrestling jokes?
They can find me at Harvey_S.
All right.
That's my Twitters.
Yeah. And I'm at TimmyC84.
Uh-huh. And I am at the E.G. Nolan. That's 2 E's next to each other. The E.G. Nolan. I believe the last couple episodes I was just E.G. Nolan. I recently changed my name because I wanted to be more special.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, the E.G. Nolan.
All right.
Do not accept any imitations.
Exactly. And then you can follow the show. We don't have a separate Twitter handle for us just yet, but I've been thinking about making it. But you can follow at Geek Out Podcast for the entire Geek Out podcasting network.
And please follow along. Make your own predictions against ours. See how you do. Let us know how you do against us.
We're going to be doing a Rumble pool where I'm going to randomly select numbers of entrants and assign them to each of us. And I'm going to go ahead and post that on probably all of our Twitters. I think we can all agree to post that so that just in case you're listening and want to play along with us or see which one of us wins the pool, you can follow along with that.
And may you all have mark out moments.
Yes.
To start
Absolutely.
2018.
Yes. Start 2018 right with the Royal Rumble and some mark out moments. And happy Rusev Day.
Happy Rusev Day to you.
Happy Rusev Day to each and every one.
And we will see you in a couple days with our reactions to the pay-per-view.
See ya.
Woo!
Oh.
This has been another Geek Out production. If you enjoyed what you heard, hey, we've got a special episode every Friday. Of course, there's the usual catching up show every Wednesday. And you get book club episodes just about every Tuesday these days. Thanks for listening.